Hello guys, we're gonna get started here in just a second. Just gonna share the link. Hold on a sec, guys. We might shift gears. Oh. Okay. So, um, we are still gonna do this today. Um, However, I am gonna go over a couple things first, because the guy, Fear, who books this, he is gonna be joining. He just needs a little bit of time, so I'm gonna. Hi, Fear. Oh, you ready to go now? Because if you're ready, I can certainly go now. I know you said you needed a little more time. Make sure my mic is on. All right, awesome. All right, I'll I'll scratch that prior post I made in the Discord then. All right, so all right, we got some View Japan Pro action under the TWN umbrella. Let's see. Let's go through the booking here. Opening things up is Takayama versus Giant Baba. Alright. This should be interesting. Alright, let's see how it goes. Opening match.
Fight!
Alright, as this match gets underway, here's how the rest of the card's gonna look. We're gonna have Kaguya Nagayo versus Death Yamasan. After that, we got Ren Narita versus Jason Black, one of the office boy wrestlers there under the promotion. After that, we got Lioness Asaka versus Bo Nakano. And off screen, we had a rematch requested by Utama due to the very quick match that Hannah had with her last episode, where Hannah did a lot of big moves early on. And that'll be in a semi-main event spot: Hannah Kimura versus Utama Hasashita. And then in the main event, we got Minoru Suzuki going against Hiroshi Tenzan. Oh, we got Onita helping out Giant Baba here. Butterfly suplex. Oh, DDT! Hits a boot. Goes for a cover.
5 minutes gone.
2 on that.
Break!
Copa clutch backbreaker. Pile driver. Oh, armbar counter.
Give up! Give up! Give up!
Armbar.
Give up! Give up!
Oh, Baba can't even run. He's so out-winded. Yeah, they are tongue twisters. Oh, face rake. Baba can't capitalize, though. He has to catch his breath. I don't know why he's trying to drop kick there. I'll get better with those names, though, as we use these guys more.
Give up! Give up! Give up!
Face rake. Oh, face chop, brain chop. Blocks a drop kick. Coconut crush.
10 minutes gone.
Can't even run. Tossed out of the ring.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Good opportunity to catch his breath there. Oh, takes him down. Oh, hits the boot. Cover.
1, 2.
Oh, abdominal stretch.
Give up. Give up.
Another boot. Oh, ref is down. Works the leg. Oh, the German suplex.
Break.
Ropes break it up. Oh, we got more interference.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, he big boots him. Takayama has some help. German.
1, 2.
Oh. Oh, Tenzin's the one helping. That German.
1, 2.
Oh, Baba fighting back. Brain chop. Boot. Oh, running knee.
4.
Winding up. The boot. Cover.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, Baba with the win. '91. Great opener there. Good way to start things off. Funny part is Death Yamasan, I believe, actually has a TWN Women's title shot that can be claimed really that is lined up for some point. There's a chance that we might do it at a TWN neutral event, but fear, if you want, I know I mentioned this before, but if you want to capitalize on a TWN title that isn't on a TW Center event, you will have to talk to the current the promotion that has the champ, and I believe that is that's Gray Man, because Rhea Ripley is the champion right now. So you'll have to talk to him and see you can have that match at your event if you would like to do that. Alright, let's see how this one goes.
Fight!
Ooh. hip toss there.
Give up.
Body slam. Technically, I really needed to relabel that, but I'll have to relabel it because my original intention with the title shot list was when I made the title, the contender would alternate between world title and hardcore title like I did the prior rendition of it, but I forgot to implement it when I put the wrestlers in. So, and Cody technically has already had qualified for a hardcore title match through a prior instance. So, I think so I'm probably just gonna have him just be a #1 contender and just fix it after the fact. But Triple H is technically ahead of him because he qualified first before Cody. But if you talk with, but you could skip the line if you talk to who's the current champion at the moment.
5 minutes gone.
Oh man, I can't believe my mind's blanking on the current champ. Let me see. Because if you want to, you could talk to the guy, the promoter who has the champion. You could jump ahead if you want, but you'll have to talk to him. Current champ is King of XAW, so you have to talk to Eli the Wolf, who runs XAW, and see if you can set something up there too. Oh!
1, 2.
But yeah, technically Triple H is ahead, but if you wanted to set something up with Eli, you could jump ahead. Yeah, but I would talk to Eli and Grayman on those. I don't know what would be the best. I would suggest maybe adding them at their promo story thing where the booking takes place at. That'd probably be the first thing I do. Either that or in the Fire Pro server on the Retro Sports Gamer channel. One of the two. Death here might be in trouble. Oh, German! Oh, there's a lot of blood in the ring in that corner there. Pile driver. Moonsault. Ooh. Oh, it makes her tap off to the death lock. Yep. Eli. Fear was wondering if the Cody Rhodes, one of the contenders for the TWN title, if he can challenge King at the View Japan Pro pay-per-view coming up. Naga with the win. Chigusa? Wins that one. Next up, Jason Black. Okay. Yeah, Fear. Typically, people are pretty open for that, but it's good to ask them about it just because you don't know if they already have plans for other stuff with those belts. So So you definitely want to double check with those. But yeah, then you'll have to now you'll just have to check with Gray Man. Let's see. Who's it? Naruto. Alright. Now, if I can... I'll have to... I think I put him in here when I was reorganizing stuff. There we go. J. There he is. Alright, let's see how it goes here. I forgot to do his entrance. Really? When did they leave NASCAR? But yeah, for the TWN people curious, the current TWN heavyweight champion is King. The TWN tag champs are the New Age Outlaws. The TWN junior champion is Juventud Guerrera. The TWN women's champion is Rhea Ripley, and the TWN hardcore champion is Sabu. There's also a few minor league champs. The current TWN minor league champion is Hulk Hogan. The minor league tag champs are the Bang Bros, which is Val Venus and Mark Henry, and the minor league hardcore champion is the Hurricane. (2012) Oh wow, so it's been like 13 years. Yeah, I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to rethink how we approach like having OG creations in TWN a little bit, because what I think I'm gonna do is when you create a guy, I think you can have them be like a corporate stable, but I think another better way to maybe go about it is like a rising star section for all the promotions for when they want to put OG creations in, because I think that's a good place for them to start at. Because unless they get put in groups with other real wrestlers, of course. Just because I think there should be like, when they're starting out, there should be kind of their own thing, because TWN is mostly real wrestlers with some video game wrestling characters, wrestling fighting characters. There's not really a lot of like fiction in it, so that's probably how I'm gonna do it.
Give up! Give up!
Because I know there's some TWN guys who have some fictional wrestlers left over from the YWA days that they might want to use, but so many of the promotions, the rosters are pretty big in size that they typically don't have a problem like finding people to book for.
5 minutes gone.
Break! Break!
Whoop! Ooh, Brainbuster.
1, 2. Keep up.
X Factor. Interesting. Well, I want to try to develop something eventually for OG Creations, because technically the system is technically still in place for like people getting into TWN, but the way we run TWN has changed quite a bit, and I feel like even if someone does join and they kind of do so many if they're more on the chill side with booking, they could do that as opposed to before. So I don't think having them go through the solo wrestler career path is necessary anymore. I used to have it where OG Creations could earn more rewards when they're in stuff, but no one took advantage of it. So it kind of faded out. So I'll have to think a little bit. You can certainly use Jenkins and Black to your heart's content, especially since you're kind of starting out and your roster isn't massive. But he'll in terms of rewards and such, for the meantime you'll be kind of treated like everyone else. But that could change in the future.
Break. Keep up. Yeah. 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 Ah. Ah.
Armbar.
Keep up. Keep up. Keep up.
X Factor.
1, 2. Yeah. Ah. Ah. Keep up. Keep up.
Nice. Okay.
Keep up.
I will say though, for my LLW stuff, I have put in plans to do a run with fictional wrestlers that we've made over time, like some of the YWA guys.
1, 2, 3.
In oh, Black gets the win. So, if anything, I'm kind of leaning toward like maybe having the fictional guys be put in kind of their own thing a little bit. Like before, not super strict, because I do like the idea of like someone coming into TWN with their own guy and trying to like build up, but it's not. But you're the only one that's ever done it like that, and with the way it's run now, I don't think it's necessary to have it like that anymore. So it's just one of those things where I think because we have fewer promoters than we used to, I think it's more of a benefit to have fictional wrestlers maybe have their own thing a little bit, if there's desire for it. Because if I put it together and do the thing of it and like it doesn't grab anyone's attention, I'll probably just leave well enough alone. But, you know, we spend so much time with the YWA guys and company in the past. You know, at some like it's one of those things that where it can be nice to revisit them a little bit. Next up we have Lioness Asuka going against Bull Nakano. Ah, wrong thing. I should. Alright, let's see how it goes.
Fight!
You certainly could.
Give up!
Just a tip.
Give up!
There's two ways to sign. You can sign someone to a minor league deal for 20 popularity points, or you could sign them straight to the main roster for 40. Now, there used to be like a negotiation option, where we spin a wheel and the credit count can vary. However, I decided to kind of retire wheel stuff this season to kind of get back to basics a little bit, so I wouldn't mind doing a little negotiational feature a little bit in the future, especially since with everything being one source, like, I can imagine people trying to save as much as they can with spending, but that's kind of where to look at. Granted, you could talk to other promotions and see if you could do some trades or something, but they don't necessarily have to be wrestlers, though. You could trade other stuff too, like future title opportunities, maybe crossover events, maybe, you know, you could get really creative with it. But that's up to you, though. I will say this, though, the free agent list is pretty it's pretty wide open. There's a lot of guys, and if a few guys are like done after this season, like from the prior season, like Star Fox and Hank the Tank, if I check up with them again, and if they said they're done, then you got a lot more coming up in free agency. Like, I might legit take a pause from actually porting over guys, just because we're gonna have so many, and there's some models that need touching up anyway. So we'll see. I know there's some wrestlers that people want to see too, but in all honesty, I'd rather just use LLW, like Legends League, as a way to like port over wrestlers through match requests than anything else. I think that's kind of a better way of going about it. Powerbomb with the cover. Clears the rope surprisingly.
Give up! Give up!
Yes, that is an exception. The wheel is used for roleplay. How that works is, in the past, I've brought up, like, scenarios to follow. Oh, look at that. Bull with the win. But, However, people can bring up story stuff themselves, and those stories can also involve or pertain to other promotions or wrestlers as well. It's pretty much a free for all. But unfortunately I haven't done as much as I plan to, just because I just get busy, and sometimes it's tough to come up with scenarios off a whim. It's one thing when you do it for your own promotion, but to go through other promotions and bring random stuff up on a semi-routine for everyone, like, I need a couple people extra help for that. But, I mean, Grayman does a lot of stuff. DPS, he can, but he gets very busy, so he typically just books the basics. Eli, he typically books the basics. Yeah, 66, that's gonna hurt. Yeah, Bull kinda really got Asaka there a bit. Yeah, that's gonna put a dent in the profit. But semi-main event, an interesting match here. The possible rivalry match between Hana and Utami. Alright, let's see how it goes. Yeah, you got all different ranges of numbers here. Yeah. So, Fear, I assume if this is a reasonably decent match, is this the match you want to use to kick off the rivalry?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Also, for the TWN guys, whenever you're able to, feel free to put in your match rep for the next World Tour event. Because I want to crank another one out.
Yeah.
Pretty soon. Especially with Grayman getting close to 250, I do want to give you guys as much a chance to earn a little extra. Because if we had 250 and he decides, okay, I'm ready to go to the get into the playoffs, and the season is going to be winding down. So that's something to keep in mind there. He's about 8 away from it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So far, the way it works with rivalries is you need to get at least 3 matches in the season for it to qualify as a rivalry. Then if you do extra after that, you're fine. What's kept track is who's winning and who's losing in the rivalry and the best match. Now, what I used to do is I kept track of all the match evaluation results and then divided them up from matches and do an average.
Yep.
And I did it like that because we used to do rivalry rewards at the end of the season, like best rivalries of this season and stuff. But in order to do that, I had to be very strict on match counts for rivalries and like how many increments of amount of matches. So it was pretty strict, and I wanted to loosen it up a bit this season. And I figured, and also make it a little easier on me, because there's some promotions did a lot of rivalries, and there was a lot of math involved sometimes, and a lot to keep track of. So I kind of wanted to simplify it a little bit, so the best match evaluation is remembered instead of like all match evaluations. Because in all honesty, if a rivalry has 100 match, like a great match ever, you're not gonna really think about the shit matches. But having said all that, I have decided, because I am already kind of rethinking about tweaking how it works, the rivalry system. So I'll have to go on Discord and do it there. But what I'm thinking is, instead of rivalries ending in the season, no matter what, I'm thinking of including an option to continue it to other seasons. Because since we don't have a rivalry, like, reward thing anymore, there's no reason to force them to end. Now, there is another... So there's that. But there's also another step beyond rivalry matches called arch rivalry matches. And those is where you make the real popularity points at. So how those work is you either need to get either two wrestlers or a tag team or whatever. Their rivalry has to like have at least one 100 match, or like or they have two rivalries with the highest match, both highest matches being in the 90s. If you can get one of those two, then it'll be an arch rivalry match, which means that they're forever locked in a rivalry, and you can accumulate lots and lots of popularity points with it. It can be hard to get, but when you do get it, it's a real good money maker. Or popularity point maker.
Break!
But yeah,
1, 2, 3.
Oh, there we go. Ikama with a little payback. $84, not bad. So, given that, is this the match you want to kick off the rivalry with? See. Tencent. All right. Before we start the main event here, I don't know if you heard me, Fear, but do you want that match to be the rivalry start match? Since it did better than the last one. Yu-Gi-Oh! Dodge card from 2003. Oh, that's great. That's funny. Okay, I'll mark that down there. So, as I'm talking about the rivalry system, I'm instantly getting flooded with stuff about it. So I'm gonna have to do a TWN update on Discord and on updating rivalries. And I'll probably have it start this season too, because there's not really anyone doing rivalries right now. So Cheerios as well, that's nice. But yeah, main event, let's see how it goes. Also, Fear, do you have any plans with your tag titles? Are they going to be rewarded at the pay-per-view? Okay.
よっしゃえ
Also, for LLW fans who are watching the stream, I do plan on concluding that Contenders tournament tomorrow. You'll see the winner of that tournament, and that winner will face the LLW champion in a future LLW primetime event. Ooh, right there. Yeah, because I believe, yeah, because you have the singles and the tags. Yeah, because... Ooh. I will say this though, I am gonna make the draft this off-season longer than the last draft because one, we got a lot of wrestlers we can pick from, and two, some of you guys' minor leagues are a little bit on the light side, so I want to give you guys a chance to fill them up a little bit, and two, everyone's gonna have space because everyone's gonna be cutting wrestlers from their rosters for the draft. I don't know. I still don't know how it's gonna work. I don't know if it's just gonna be the same for everyone or if it's gonna depend on standings. And even if we went the route of standings, do we want the winning promotion to have to cut the most or cut the least? Yeah, that's the biggest thing I'm thinking of right now. Oh, I can create a logo. Oh, I have so much practice making logos for this game. I can totally do that.
Give up! Give up! Give up!
Lariat.
1, 2.
Oh, goes for that Anaconda Vice.
Give up! Give up! Give up!
Armbar.
Give up! Give up! Give up!
Another armbar.
Give up! Give up! Give up!
Oh, TTD.
1, 2.
Ooh, almost had him. Body slam. Tenzin is kind of going on a roll here. Booker in the back's getting nervous. He made it so that these two guys would have 30 minutes, and Tenzin's trying to shoot on Suzuki here.
Give up! Give up! Give up!
Ooh.
1, 2.
Got interference. Who is that? Is that Giant Baba? Yeah. I get ya.
Give up.
They shouldn't appear on, they would appear on your developmental, like if a promotion doesn't have a logo, it will appear, but if a promotion has a logo, even if stables and groups don't, it will use the promotional logo. So yeah, I totally get that. Wow, wait, did Tenzin help Baba in the last match, or did he was against him? I don't remember. That could be some good storytelling there. And that's the thing about this game, is that it's very well known this game doesn't give you a lot of storytelling stuff, but there are opportunities to get into it if you look deep enough and use your imagination a little bit.
1, 2, 3.
Like, in YWA, I crafted a whole rivalry around two guys because one of them gave, during a Rumble match, one of them gave them a tornado DDT on the outside after they eliminated that guy. That's okay. Well, Eli, you could book that event anytime. Oh. Sorry, Savior. Savior, if you want to, I can give you the TWN role in my Campy Discord. So when I put @ for TWN events, it will notify you. If you would like. I also want to make one for the Legends League LLW stuff. I just gotta see who wants that one too. 96. Oh, we got some good ones here. Tenzin with the win. Alright, let's see how well the show did here. Well, Eli, I would probably start with a show first for the promotion. I mean, you could start with the pay-per-view for the minor league promotion if you want, but it depends how you want to go about it. There is in the Discord there's a list of all the real world wrestling shows and pay-per-views and supercards from the past there. So if you're struggling with names, look through those and maybe do a riff on some or get some ideas. I wouldn't recommend taking any of them. Those are kind of reserved more for like inspiration for, writer's block. And you can it used to be a system. I got rid of it. I might bring it back where you could buy the use of real promotions, real name stuff. Like if you want to have like one of your pay-per-views be WrestleMania, you have to buy it with popularity points, for example, like stuff like that. So you could, but you would have to pay for it. I just haven't developed a system for paying for it, like amounts and the value and such. So it's kind of loose. So for the moment, it's good for like coming up with ideas more than anything. So you got an 84 average on the show, Fear. So that's definitely going to help you a bit. That 66 match is going to eat a little bit in the profits, but I'm sure you'll make a profit on the show. All right. Let me think. So that was the main event. All right. So streaming schedule. Like I said earlier, I do plan on concluding the LOW Contenders Tournament tomorrow. We'll fight the number one contender. Will face the current champion's Rick Rude, but we'll have to see after he faces Shawn Michaels at the next primetime event. The winner of that match will face the number one contender at the next primetime event. It's solid. Typically with shows, they typically get above an 80. That's kind of the average. It's very rare a show gets below 80. And with the way we do things. Shawn winning. Yeah, that'd be interesting. Rick Rude has quite a run with that belt. For the first Legends League of Wrestling champion, he's done pretty well representing that belt. But I think Shawn could do it. I gotta do full booking. It's gonna be a funky episode compared to the ones because we have two guys who earned contention for the top 12 spot, and plus a couple match requests. So I'm probably gonna book it a little non-typical. In fact, going forward, I might actually start being a little more creative with primetime bookings as opposed to like 3 match requests and then 3 matches featuring the top 12 with maybe a title match. Just because I feel like even though there's 12 guys in that top 12, sometimes I look through it and I'm like, man, I feel like I've kind of used all these guys to death already. I kind of want to change it up a little bit, but because but I can't make the whole show 100% match request driven. Then it takes a while to get one going. There needs to be some elements of controlled booking to get it off the ground. So I might have to start getting creative with that a little bit. Um, maybe, but yeah. Yeah, I might start getting creative with the booking a little bit. Maybe mixing it around a little bit, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'll some stuff will probably come to me. But that's probably what's going to happen in the next one. I'll have to do the booking for it soon for the next primetime episode to give guys an idea what to expect. Mayhem. Ooh. Um the only problem with that is that there is a WCW pay-per-view called Mayhem. Um I hate doing this because there's only so many different names for wrestling stuff. Like it's hard to come up with original stuff. I kind of let it slide with the ECW initials because you did change the word stuff a little bit. So, but I would try to like come up with a different name then. I mean, I get it. It is tough. I will say this. I really should come up with a system for names for buying real world names. I really should because there's only so much stuff you could come up with that hasn't already been named before. So I really should do that soon. Um yeah, I really should. But yeah, I recommend Eli. A good trick you could do is like look up synonyms of mayhem. Like look up words that run similar to mayhem. Um and see what you can do. Mhm. Yeah. Um but yeah, but speaking of LOW stuff, I'm always going to be accepting match requests for that. So if you have more matches you want to see at LLW events, let me know. Any wrestler for any title that's ever existed, feel free to. I'll even accept fictional guys because there were fictional guys as well. There was a running joke on the Discord for a while about Daniel Bryan facing a bear. Now that I think about it, I really should book that at some point. I can't believe I forgot about that. Um. Well, hold on a second. That could work. Let me look. I know there was Anarchy Rules, but not just Anarchy. But let me double check. Because you could get away with that. I'm gonna go by with my list. I mean, if there's some very, very small indie promotion that uses some stuff, then I don't care. It's more about stuff that's documentable. Let's see. Where did I put that stuff? Oh, there it is. Let me look. That's a good question. Um, that's a very good question. I'll have to technically with LLW stuff because the idea was after a little bit of time passes, I was gonna do a in fantasy wrestling league where we use fictional fantasy wrestling fighting characters. OG creations or creations from video games, and they would have kind of their own thing. But I don't know when I'm going to do that. And I also don't know if I'm just going to have them all on one show or if they're going to have their separate shows. So I think for the meantime, he could, but I don't know how permanent that's going to be because I'm still kind of working out the logistics of all that. And also if I could get away with doing something that's 100% fictional to begin with. because if I do that, because stuff like that, it takes a minute to do them, and when you do them, yeah, it's just since doing all these streams, like when I have noticed when I do like a big project and like it doesn't gather attention, then it kind of stretches it out quite a bit. So I'm kind of getting a little pickier on what I do a little bit because while I enjoy what I do, of course, like if I'm gonna do stuff streaming wise, I want to make sure it's stuff that people want to see because if the stuff that people don't want to see challenges the priority of stuff people do want to see, then it kind of throws things for a loop a little bit. So it's tricky when you do fantasy OG wrestlers in wrestling games as opposed to established ones. They just don't get as much. But at the same time, I do enjoy original stuff because I feel like you can get fun and creative with it. So, and plus we have history doing YWA stuff. So it's one of those things where I kind of have to think about a little bit. But granted, though, it's not going to be near as the scale as the Legends League was because it'd be a lot less wrestlers than LLW stuff. See. Okay, so there's anarchy rules, but there's no just anarchy. So anarchy would work. So you're good with that name, Eli. But Eli, that does remind me. Like I said earlier, when the end of the season comes and drafting comes, I don't know where you'll be at for standings or how it's going to work, but there will be an amount of wrestlers you will have to cut. So I would be prepared for that because the wrestlers you cut, you cannot like sign or pick up until at least one season has passed or redraft or anything. So I'd think about it a little bit. Granted, and they will have to be main roster wrestlers. You can't cut minor leaguers. Um, no, no, it's a complete cut, and this will be with all promotions, not just one. Even the ones that win the whole thing will have to do some cutting, and I'm putting that in because because we're kind of one to kind of have give promotions a chance to kind of refresh themselves a little bit. And also, when new people do join TWN, I want guys to be available that they'll recognize. Because if all the big wrestlers are being taken up by established promotions, and all that's left is like Z grade indie wrestlers that only like the hardcore guys know about, it's not exactly like gonna make people go, oh wow, I'll just do this. Because I wanted to make it easy on them when they're booking, because it's a lot harder to book wrestlers you know nothing about as opposed to guys that you know so much they're practically memes. So I kind of want to give the new people in a chance to be able to sign bigger names. And the only way we can really do that is if we do establish a system of, hey guys, you're gonna have to cut a certain amount of wrestlers. Um, but yeah, um, but yeah, that's kind of the way it's gonna work. Um, but I am gonna be doing pulls on the mounts, so I don't know. and how it's gonna work, because I don't know yet, because how it's gonna work depend on what people think is fair, and because I don't know what would exactly be fair at the moment, so I'm gonna have to do polls on that. Um, but yeah, but yeah, Eli, I definitely be. There's a good chance you're gonna have to draft some guys that you wouldn't normally use. So, but there's a lot of guys out at the moment, because you got a lot of guys that requested for LLW. There potentially could be up to 4 promotions worth of wrestlers, that aren't free at the moment but could be free in the upcoming off season. So there's a lot of guys that you can in tag teams you can pick from. So there's definitely going to be some guys available. Um, but yeah, especially guys with minor league promotions. If you want a quick way to earn some popularity points without eating too much of the budget, minor league events are cheaper to run than major league events, and they can earn a profit too. The margin, like, they don't earn as much per stuff as the major league ones, but if you're strapped for popularity points, they're a good one to do. Especially to kind of see who you got there in general. Yeah, pretty much. Like the way it works now is all the wrestlers that aren't in the major or minor leagues of TWN, they're just in Legends League. That's just where they're gonna be. Right now, the fictional wrestlers are there as well, but there's a very good chance I'm gonna put them in their own thing at some point, just because I feel like, given this type of stuff we've done on Fire Pro Show and the channel itself, I kind of feel like it's kind of weird to try to blend them in with everything when it doesn't seem a lot of people want to see them blended in with everyone. It feels like, because the vibes I get typically is, once we started mixing everyone in as one together, I don't think I don't think people like got. I think it was harder to support them, because I think when you take fictional wrestlers and you put them in as their own thing, I think it's easier for them to like start to stand out. But I think once you kind of put them in, mix the 30 or so in with hundreds of real wrestlers, I think it gets hard for them to stand out a little bit. Um, and also, it's also another thing too, when you have like a few real wrestlers and like the fictional wrestlers. Like some of the early days of YWA, we did mix a little bit of real wrestlers with the fictional ones before TWN and all that. So that was a thing too. But yeah, but yeah, there's a lot of stuff I got on my plate right now that I want to try to do. It's just a question of, like, my eyes get bigger than my stomach for the long termness of them, and also if people actually want to see them, because there's nothing like doing a bunch of stuff to set something up, and then you do it and then you realize, oh wow, I did all this and I didn't double check to see if people actually want to see this, so now I'm starting this thing and no one knows about it, or even wants to see it. And I get it, because some of the stuff I come up with sometimes, it makes sense in my head, but when I put it out on paper and put it out on video, I'm like, okay, I can see why some people may not be able to follow this, because this is pretty this is pretty convoluted as fuck. But like the future wrestling thing I'm gonna look to do, the WWE 2K14. Yeah, you can. I probably say, like, at the very least I probably try to get it. I'd say, at the very minimum, I'd say get the booking done within a week. And then for the more creative visual aspects, if you struggle with those, just let me know and I'll help you through those. But I would at least start with the booking and then go from there. Um, but yeah, about a week. I mean, there's not really a rush. Um, the only very small rush is crowning a legacy lottery winner, a TWN legacy lottery winner, because I would like to do that before the season ends, which I don't know if Grayman's going to want to continue the season or end it. I mean, there's a good chance he'll probably let it continue a bit longer because I don't think he's ready for it to end, but I don't know. He might pull a fast one. So we'll see. But yeah, I say about a week. Yeah, because there actually hasn't been a lot of promotion pay-per-views this season either, in all honesty. But yeah, well, but yeah, about a weekish. Yeah. But like I said, if all else fails, you could easily just keep the ring and music the same if you want to, or keep one the same or one different or whatever. It's pretty flexible. Like, the only thing that you'll need differently for sure is the pay-per-view name. That's it. The apron and music, those are optional changes. So that depends on how ambitious you get in that area. Um, But yeah, I feel bad for the people just joining in because we're just concluding things. For people just joining in, there will be another stream tomorrow. The LLW Contenders Tournament Part 2. So there will be more Fire Pro action. Let me think. But after that, like I said, it was for the 2K14 thing. After I do the Contenders Tournament thing, I don't really have a lot else lined up because the TWN stuff, outside of the next World Tour event, it's pretty caught up. The LLW stuff, I mean, I have to set up the next primetime episode, but I'm not going to do that. I don't think I'm going to do that immediately after the Contenders Tournament just because the number one contender is going to challenge on the next episode anyway. So, yeah, So, I don't know. Maybe I will do that 2K14 Universe Mode event. But if I do that, I do want to make sure I have at least one or two people able to watch it because I do legit want. Because the goal for that is I want to do Universe Mode, but I want to create stories in it with random-ish real wrestlers in the game. For shits and giggles, just for fun. Like, there's not gonna be any like hardcore stuff done with it. I just wanted to do something funny with it. And the first video of it is just gonna be set up because I kind of want to like do it in a way that that makes sense in terms of like what people want to see in the shenanigans and whatever because some wrestlers, they give you more to work with personality wise than others, and if I'm going to craft story stuff within the universe mode, I want to make sure I have stuff to work with. Yeah, in all honesty, I think I might actually do that Friday, actually, now that I think about it, because like part 2 is going to be tomorrow. You know what? Actually, now that I think about it, I don't know when tomorrow I'm going to be doing the Contenders Tournament Part 2. Because if I do the Contenders Tournament, the Part 2 of it, if I do it earlier in the day tomorrow, I might actually do the 2K14 thing in the evening. Maybe. So I'll have to update on that. But yeah, I will have to test through the game a little bit though, because as much as I want to do the story stuff in it, I have heard various things on the story stuff. But yeah, let's focus on organizing the universe mode, and we'll go from there. Okay, I just saw the notification because we'll organize it, and then when I go to do story stuff, if it's a bunch of bullshit and I can't figure out for the life of me, then we're just gonna run universe mode as is, and just see what kind of chaos we can run into. But yeah, so either way we'll do it. It's just I want to make sure when we do it that it doesn't, because and the reason why also that we're gonna only do like real wrestlers that are already in game, that creation stuff, because I have guys created in the game, is because I heard quite a bit that when you use fictional created wrestlers in the story editor and then put them in universe mode, it doesn't work real well. It's not 100% consistent thing, but I've heard quite a bit of it. And first time doing this, I kind of want to play it safe. In the future, if we want to experiment with that, we can. But I want to play it safe this time around. But yeah, the only other thing I could think of is, yeah, so it's possible that I might do both tomorrow, but we'll see. Because odds are I might actually just do the Contenders Tournament, save 2K14 for Friday. So we'll see on that. We'll see. But yeah, outside of all that, though, that's going to do it for this stream here, guys. Thanks for watching. In case you guys want to chat with anyone at the Campy Company and you didn't want to use the YouTube comment section, we do have a couple options. First one is we have a Discord channel. You can find a link to that in the About page / About section of our channel. We also have a community tab in our channel as well. You can access that anywhere at any time. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like the videos, and have a good day.